is up, guys? Kind of a different video here. I wanted to talk a little bit about The Witcher. This is the Crossroads of Ravens. As many of you probably know, I am a huge Witcher fan. I loved all the books. I've played the games. I literally have a Witcher costume, and so I really love The Witcher. Now, as I'm reading this, it kind of came to my mind that maybe a lot of people are probably going to be jumping into The Witcher for the first time with the Crossroads of Ravens. And as I'm reading through this book, I kind of thought that maybe that's, at least for me, my personal opinion, I don't know if I would necessarily start with Crossroads of Ravens. I know it is technically the first book. If you're to, read it in chronological order, it's the first book in the timeline. This is young Geralt. He's 18 in this. And as I'm reading through it, I'm like, I could see some issues that people might run into if reading this for the first time. One of the things that I've kind of talked with my wife about is that people might say, oh, well, there's not really a plot to this book. It's just him going around and slaying monsters. That's essentially the plot. And for me personally, I freaking love it. I'm having an absolute blast. Probably one of my favorite reads so far this year. But also, I love The Witcher. I've read all the books. I have my experience with Geralt. I love the characters. So getting to see their backstory is just a cherry on top. But for someone jumping in for the first time, they don't have those experiences. They don't know Geralt like many of us do who have read all of the books. And so I feel like jumping into this one, it's just him slaying monsters, which, like I said, is really cool to me. It's just Geralt doing Witcher stuff, which is cool. And so we don't get to see the overarching plot that the Witcher series has as it's going through all of these books. You can see why people may or may not have issues with this one going in. I feel like this is definitely a book geared towards people who already have read the books and already have that fondness for the series, and this is just kind of like, hey, here's more Geralt doing Witcher stuff kind of thing, if that makes sense. Of course you guys can read it whenever you want. You guys can read this first, I'm not going to say don't, but it just kind of crossed my mind. It's like, I don't have any issues with that, but I could see people maybe having negative thoughts about hey, this isn't really going anywhere. It's just him doing whatever. I still highly recommend the book, and I do highly recommend the series, but just kind of an FYI for those that may be jumping into the series for the first time. I feel like this is geared more to the fans that have already grown and loved with the series. So let me know, guys, if you guys have read it. Highly recommend reading The Witcher, one of my favorite series of all time.